what's up, guys? How y'all doing? We're back with another reaction video. It's Billion Racks here. I hope you guys love my content. If you love my content, kindly give me a sub. Subscribe to the channel kindly. That helps a lot. Today we're doing a reaction video on a Fresh and Fit podcast where Andrew Tate was a guest. And let's listen to what he had to say about women and these girls thinking or having their ideologies. And let's see what he had to say about that. Let's get into the video.
A life without children is vaporous, and it's inane, and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you out of whim and don't give a second, don't give a solitary shit. And when you're 52 and you're past it with no grandchildren in a house by yourself, and all your friends have grandchildren in this beautiful life, and you're sitting there by yourself, do you think the fact that you can afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy? I was at my grandmother's 93rd birthday. I looked there. My grandmother had 9 children, because there was my father and 8 more. They all had a bunch of kids, blah, blah, blah. I stood there and I looked at my 93-year-old grandmother, and there was a room, a whole room full with maybe 70 people that came from that one woman. Isn't that remarkable? Yeah. That nobody cared about her career. Nobody asked what job she did. Nobody asked how many times she went to the club. Nobody asked if she had time to go to festivals. No. You had 70 sentient beings, including myself, full of life from one woman who dedicated herself to being a mother and a good wife. That is beautiful. And if you sit here and genuinely think that you're going to work your ass off through your fertile years, and by the age of 54, you're not going to be suicidal alone with a cat, then you're dumb. You are dumb.
I'm not saying
you are dumb.
Invest in Chewy.
Bring the asteroid. All these women are sitting here saying, oh no, I don't want to listen to a man. I don't want kids. I just want to watch in the city and drink martinis and go on a beach. What kind of life is that? That's like the worst life. That's not even real.
That's me.
That's not even real.
I never said I didn't want
kids. Oh, now they didn't say it. Everyone.
No, I really was going based off the question.
Pull it back.
You can pull it back.
The happiest women on earth have children and a man who's paying the bills and their mothers. The happiest people on earth. I guarantee it. Your mothers.
Man, he's right. He's right. I mean, happy. Yeah, he's right. The happiest people on earth. Yeah, they have a bunch of kids. You know, I mean, if you ever sit down and ask your mom or your parents if they ever regret having you, you're really gonna have a parent who's gonna say, "Yeah, I regret having you. You were one of the worst decisions I ever made." Now, even in situations where girls get pregnant when they don't plan to, and they decide, nah, I'm never really gonna abort this child, and they have the child, they didn't plan to have you, but they do value and they are happy that they have you. So most parents or some parents will tell you that you are the best thing that has ever happened to me.
Ask your own mother, do you regret having me? She's going to say, of course not. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. So now you're going to sit here and you're going to end your own bloodline? All your ancestors were out there surrounded by saber-toothed tigers trying to survive on the streets out there in caveman days just to get to the final end where we have all the medical care and you can live in a nice warm house for your selfish ass to say, no, I don't want kids. I'm too busy in the strip club or going to Mallorca to have a pina colada.
Man, he's right. I know what to say. I know a couple of y'all may not like Andrew Tate, you know, because of some of the things he says, but I mean, we need to agree to disagree. The man is right. The man is really, really right. I mean, after all is said and done, yeah, you go out chilling, you go out partying, you do all the craziest things you want to have. You can enjoy all the American pie you want to have, yeah? But after all is said and done, when you retire, are you going to be happy not having a bloodline, not having children that can continue your legacy? Are you going to be happy? That is the question. And of what use did you come to this planet for then, if you didn't come to even leave descendants behind?
On the beach, it's absolutely insulting to your entire bloodline. Everything everyone above you has ever done and struggled for. All the times your grandparents went to work when they didn't feel like it, just for you to exist. For your selfish ass to say, no, me and my passions and my dreams and my drawings and my Instagram page is worth more than ever having children. You're a selfish fuck. That you should all have kids.
Okay. By the way, big shout out to Fresh and Fit. That's a clip from their podcast featuring Andrew Tate. Check them out on YouTube, Fresh and Fit. Your guys' reaction to that, Hensley?
Call me selfish, but my passions and my dreams do come before children.
Who is this girl? And why is she just like that?
I think it's also completely invalid. When you're old, you're not going to be with your kids. Your kids are not by your side. When you're old, when you're 90, they're not by your side every day. They're gone. They have their own family. So to be like, oh, I need to produce kids. I need to do this. I need to have a big ass family.
You see, you can listen to what she's saying and you know that that is trash. Because she herself sitting there is going to want to get married and is going to want to have a bunch of kids.
You're going to be alone either way. Why not be happy in the fact that you had a successful career?
You're not going to be
and
alone.
You put yourself up there instead of like focusing on like, oh, I need a perfect family.
You could still have a successful career and still have children. I don't get it. Why do these women think that you cannot have a successful career and still have children? You just don't need to be in the upper echelons of the career. I mean, look, if you work your ass off and you are known to be, what do we say? You are known to be the best engineer, the best civil engineer in the world. After you are dead and gone, ain't nobody's gonna remember you. Like, I'm serious. Look, we always go back in history and we mention a lot of people, mention a lot of great men who have done a lot of things, okay? But in actual fact, the people who are actually valuable to them or remember them are their family members. Look, you could ask a girl who is driving a Ford, you could ask a girl who is driving a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce, and she does not even know the name of the founders of that company. She doesn't even know what those people went through. She doesn't even know the history of how the company came about. She's just made her money and she's bought the car. So in actual fact, when you are dead and gone, your career means nothing. It leaves no footprint in society. Nothing.
No,
Who do you think is going to be happier? A woman who's retired with 0 descendants or a woman with 70 descendants?
I think it definitely depends.
Lies.
Not every woman wants a child.
Her grandchildren love her. They love spending time around her.
What if
She
she's
gets...
a
Hold on. She gets to help raise her kids' kids. She gets to spend time around them all the time. That's the light of these women's worlds. Obviously, she's going to be happier.
Yeah, but it's not always the case that these grandchildren and their kids are around them all the time. Sometimes they don't want anything to do with them.
Exactly.
So regardless if they have like 70
So are you
kids,
telling me you're the kind of woman that wouldn't want
No,
anything
I'm not
to do
saying
with
that. I'm
your
just saying that there
grandkids?
are.
There's not.
There are, but those people are not many. They do not make the general rule. An exception does not make a generalization. I don't know how these girls always pick the minority of the minorities and try to use them as a defense to defend their case. I don't get
Many
out
women,
there.
but that's not many women.
So
that
you're
don't-
dismissing the fact that there is women
That's
out there
fine,
that
but they
don't.
can have those views. But the issue is that we want to make it clear that that's what does bring happiness. And I think a lot of young girls don't understand that later on it's really an important thing.
I think a really important thing is that Hensley has been bringing this up. Like, we are changing as a society. Yes, you're saying that, oh, girls now, like, we think that we can be independent, and then 30 years down the line, we're
The
not
change
gonna
can be in a
happy.
bad direction
Exactly.
too.
Facts. The change can definitely be in a bad direction. And what these girls are changing into is a bad direction.
Yeah, is that change a
Exactly.
good thing?
Exactly.
So we are already so overpopulated. Like,
What? We are what? Who lied to you that we are overpopulated?
economically, children are not great.
That's
Oh, then I think you should kill yourself. Yeah, if you think children are not great, then why don't you die? Yeah.
such a lie.
Do you not?
That's
do you?
such a lie.
The UCSB housing is like a great example.
is
There
a
are
perfect
so
example.
many
Stop
kids
breeding.
without housing at UCSB that need
Should
it.
you drop out of UCSB then to make room for the
Stupid people should stop
other-
having kids.
for
Maybe
the other-
UCSB should just stop enrolling so many people then and
Yeah,
make the
UCSB 's
admission
dropping
standards
the ball.
higher.
That's definitely true, but it's
That's what
also
they
like
did.
there's so many people who are on this earth.
What's your point?
The point is that
We don't need more people, and stupid people just keep having kids.
What? Stupid people?
We definitely do
Stupid
need
people.
to continue
Yes.
producing.
Who are those stupid people?
I cannot think of a few.
Like?
Like you.
Wow.
Why do you say that?
Why is he stupid?
Yeah.
What
Why
I'm
is he
saying, what I'm
stupid?
getting down to is basically like
Yo,
you guys are going off this very
let's
traditional.
let's keep it respectful.
Yeah,
This
come on,
is
'cause
this
that-
is not
'Cause
a
he's been
dumb.
very
This is
respectful,
not a
guys.
dumb man.
Well,
no, that's
okay.
not
Chase.
respectful.
No, but hold on.
This is not a dumb man. That's a
And that-
complete ad hominem straw man attack.
Let's not resort to, like Chase said, ad hominem attacks.
Just because
if you disagree with him, attack his argument.
yeah, just because he disagrees with you doesn't make him stupid.
Will you let me, or are you going to keep talking over us like you've been doing this whole podcast, though?
Just go ahead. I have not been talking over you. Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm saying is you have very traditional values, and we are progressive women, and we believe in our dreams and our passions and our moral. And
I bet if this girl was on Fresh and Fit, Myron would have definitely kicked her off. I can bet $100 on that. I'm damn serious. He would have kicked her off. Really? How do you get onto someone's podcast and you act like this? You're being featured on the program and you, oh my God. These are the self-entitled we've been talking about.
we also know that we can't do that while we're having kids and while we're under a man's thumb. So yeah, we're growing our own different way. And you're saying that, yeah, we should have kids and have 70 more people and keep overpopulating the world, which is already like crumbling, and not our economy and everything is not being able to keep up with us.
Right.
That's a damn lie. This shows you how clearly uneducated this girl is. The world is not overpopulated. The fact that we've all decided to crumple ourselves within the CBDs does not mean the world is overpopulated. If you go to various parts of the US, you're going to find so much land that doesn't have people living on it. There are even parts of the world where they pay people to occupy the space there and live in these communities. This girl is a 304. She's less educated. She's dumb. Oh no, man. The list just keeps going on and on and on. We don't listen to girls like this. Nah. I don't even know why they have her on the podcast.
But
That's not true.
I said it. Metal Bone said, well, this chick is so misinformed. We have a major population decline right now. You see? I was
girls
right.
that are having kids, there's a lot of girls at UCSB, right, that would have kids from just having a one-night stand. Mm-hmm. That's pretty, I mean, it's not super common, but that's when it happens.
What's your question?
That's not a question. It's just, don't you
Why is the black girl whispering and laughing?
think you should look at that and say, like you said, stupid people? I don't think I'm the stupid person here in the situation. I think the stupid people are the ones that are going out and having these one-night stands and getting pregnant.
Yeah.
So you're saying that like the only people who should be having kids are people in the nuclear family where the woman is submissive.
I didn't say that.
That's
But
kind of what
I
you've
do
been
think that
saying.
in a family, that's when you should have kids.
Okay.
Why would you have kids? Like, obviously, you don't need to be married to
Why is she laughing? He said in the family that's where you should have kids. And she's laughing. Oh,
have kids, but why would you have kids with some random person?
Isn't healthy though. I feel like maybe you've had some really good examples in your life where like you can look at like
I pity the black girl. I mean, I'm black, but I pity her, man. It's sad. Look how she's dressed.
an example of your family and say like, yeah, this is how I grew up, this is what I believe. But there's plenty of people who are getting together and in families are unhappy, and that's going to reflect on their children, and that's going to just continue a family and generational line that I think lots of people should be broken, but they keep having kids because that's the only thing they know.
Think about how many single moms there are out there. Do you think that raising kids as a single mom is a good thing for the son or daughter?
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, and you can be a single
But
mom
it is
that
a bad
comes
thing.
from a nuclear family.
What?
Yeah, that's true.
But
You know what a lot of these unhealthy families have going on?
What?
The women are feminists, and they don't like submitting to the men.
that's right, Chase.
This causes an insane amount of unhappiness
So women
in
need to be
families.
submissive to men in order to have a happy life and happy children.
I think men, and this is what we've communicated. This is what we've communicated. This is what we've communicated on previous podcasts. I think men need to earn submission from their wives, learn how to take care of their wives, learn how to provide for their families, learn how to effectively lead their women. I think when men do this,
Where do they learn that skills? College?
hold on.
Definitely not college.
Hold on. I think when men effectively do this, it creates very happy and healthy family dynamics. The healthiest families that I've seen, where the husband and wife have a happy and healthy marriage, they're regularly having sex, neither of them resent one another, they raise healthy kids with solid values. These families they have a traditional masculine feminine dynamic going on. I came from a family, my mom did not want to submit to my dad. It created an insane amount of tension in the household. And there were so many moments in time where my dad needed to assert frame and lead my mother, and he didn't. And it created crazy amounts of tension.
What situations were those?
I'm not sure how personal I want to get on a podcast like this, talking about my parents' marriage, but I will say there were times when my mom was physically ill. She was dealing with illness. She would be emotionally spiraling out of control when it came to things that my dad was doing in the marriage that she didn't like, things that the neighbors were doing, things that were happening with their mortgage, all sorts of different stuff. She would make poor financial decisions all the time. My dad would try and convince her to not do them. She would do them anyways, and it would bite us in the ass down the line. My parents had to foreclose on a home, and we lost a lot of what we had because of my mother's poor financial decisions. And my dad tried telling her, don't do this, and she said no. She didn't want to submit to his leadership. His leadership would have saved us, and she caused us a world of hurt as a result. And this is why that traditional dynamic can work. I'm not saying that look, one of the reasons why women don't want to submit to men is because men are unworthy of leading women at times. Like, there's a lot of shitty guys out there who don't know how to take care of their woman. They don't know how to take care of their family effectively. And in those instances, women don't want to submit. And it makes sense why.